Set in Philadelphia, follow Camille Ebony as she discovers the woman she was meant to be in the blink of an eye, seemingly when her marriage, career, and life are rearranged, when a cool stranger enters the mix. She realizes for the first time in her life that she is able to throw caution to the wind and just be herself without any label or duties attached. All things must come to an end, though, and once again Camille finds herself taking on the requirements now of wife and mother. But when she is called upon to do one more favor, the journey to the heart of the matter continues, and she comes face to face with the realities of the girl she once was, the person she has wanted to be, and the woman she is. On the road to self-discovery, Camille soon realizes there must be some casualties.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media, wherever you may find me. I am known as the mighty, Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. I want to thank my loyal listeners, my brothers, Soul Brother 85 and Twin Pyramid, always here to support their brother in our talks. I want to thank you so much for keeping me company, always being here. It is definitely an honor. And I'm so happy, and it is such a privilege that you would find me interesting enough that I find, or that you find something worthy of coming here and being in attendance when we have these spontaneous video broadcasts. I appreciate it. I thank you so much. I thank you so much for your support, your kind words. And I'm so happy not to be alone out here surrounded by fantasy and fiction and fairy tales and false hopes and dreams and all these different things. So Brother 85 said, we're your disciples. Let's not go there. We're team members here. We don't want to get mystical and all that type, mythianic, I guess that's the word. We don't want to step into that realm. We had enough of that crap. we don't want to go there. I first would like to say thank you so much for your donations to my medical fund, all of those who have donated and those who will donate in the future, and those who want to, but due to economic circumstance, it's in your heart, but you can't. I appreciate your, just the thought that you would want to do something like that, because there are so many who hate my guts so much. I don't know what I've done to them. They don't even want me alive. They want me to suffer. They don't want me to do good. I don't know what I've done to these people, but you mess up their groove because you show them that I am not alone, and you show them that just like anybody else on this social media platform, you show them that I'm worthy of your dollars and your love and your support. And that's something they don't like. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. That bust your bubble. Too bad. But compared to some of these people, I get nothing. So since I get nothing, you should not expect a whole lot in return. But you give many of these persons out here thousands and hundreds of dollars, whether they are sick or not. You buy them houses and cars. And what do you get in return? You get nothing except feel-good rhetoric. You go home with an empty pocket, you get nothing. The only thing they do is take. Before my sickness, a few years ago, I gave away $6 grand. A lot of it went to those who subscribe and listen to this platform. I gave away. I didn't ask for nothing. I gave. You would rather be around those who take and parasite off of you and leech off of you just to make you feel good. And you wonder why you're in the condition that you're in. Because that's what you want. You want to lay here and simmer in your oppression as long as you can feel a little comfortable, as long as you can feel good. You want to do that. You're not angry. You're not upset. You don't want to change your condition in reality. You are happy just the way you are. And so you give your money, you give your time and everything about you to those who keep you exactly where you are. You get angry at me because when you come around us, we make you feel stupid, and you should feel stupid. My teacher, and he is my teacher. That's my first teacher. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me, why does the so-called Negro love the white man? Because he gives them nothing. And you love all these people and you support them. Why? Because they give you nothing. You're satisfied with nothing. But at the same time, I don't understand. You looking for something. How can you look for something when after all this time have gone by, you receive nothing? So clearly you are satisfied with nothing. Some of you are satisfied just with the hope of something better. I'm tired of hoping for something better. We need change. We need timetable. We need it now. Oh, things gonna happen. When? The mother plane is coming. Jesus, when? We need timetables. We need it now. But you are satisfied. One day, things is gonna change. One day, things gonna get better. One day. When is that day? When is that hour? You should not be satisfied with that. No more than you would be satisfied if a plumber come to your house and you have a leak and you don't want to hear the plumber talk about, I don't know when the leak gonna stop. You don't want to hear that. But it's acceptable in your liberation. It's acceptable in your oppression that people come to you claiming they can change your condition and help you, but you have received no help. There's no timetable. When is this going to be done? And you accept this. It's not acceptable here. We don't do that here. You're going to get a timetable. And if I can't get the job done, if we can't get the job done, then we're going to be searching for somebody that can and support them, because it's not about my ego. It's not about, this is bigger than us. We need the job to get done no matter who can do it. The one who is competent. The one who can stop the leak in the house. Has nothing to do with personality. Well, I like Johnny. Johnny can't fix your pipes. Johnny might be able to put some putty on your pipe and patch it up a little bit, but Johnny can't fix your pipe. You need somebody that can fix your problem once and for all, at least for a period of time where, because pipes bust or whatever it is, you're going to always have problems, but at least you're going to be able to do your thing for a while. Don't have to worry about your pipes bursting because you got somebody competent to get that together. We suffer and we continue to be in this condition that we're in because we've yet to support those who can fix the pipe. We run into those who say they can do it, but don't get the job done. And if you're satisfied with that, don't complain because water all over the house. You got mold in your house from leaking water. What you complaining about? That's what you asked for. You satisfied with that? Oh, wow. Got a little off the subject, but it's all good because it all is good for the melting pot. It's all good for the stew of real truth, this soup of real truth. It's all gravy. It's all good. The topic that we've chosen for these few minutes is the consequences for hiding the real truth. What brings us to this topic is that I recently met an elder who contacted me because he is not a they. He just so happened to run into one of our videos from the Operation Exodus Mississippi channel. And he became curious about what the Mississippi campaign is about, because for years he had a similar thinking pattern that the so-called, once called Negro, we should be making an exodus towards the South. And we should be concentrating on taking control of the South for our own benefit. So we have a similar thinking process. And the brother called me. In fact, he's an Omar, Brother Omar. In fact, he comes from the same type of background that I come from, Nation of Islam. Same type of background. And he's older than me, I think 10 or 11 years older than I am. And we spoke for hours, almost 4 hours, I believe. And I'm hoping that he will come to Soul Liberation Day, or maybe even prior to Soul Liberation Day, and speak with us on that day. I would like for us to meet this brother. We are on the same page, and as I spoke with my elder, tears come from my eyes because it continued to make me to know that I am on, as they say in Islam, I am on the right path. We are on the right path. Just because you don't have thousands and thousands of listeners and people who gravitate toward you, don't mean you're wrong. Adolf Hitler had millions listening to him, and Joseph Stalin and all these dictators and wicked and evil rulers. Did that make them right? Did that make them correct? No, it did not. It just meant they was able to con the people, deceive the people, or was in a position to force the masses to do something they really didn't want to do. That's all that it proven. So just because thousands and thousands of people listen to some of these popular YouTubers, don't make Angel Snutting Up 7 in error. It does not make Angel Snutting Up 7 wrong. It just means more people listen to them. That's all. And you see where they're going. Nowhere. What do they do? What have they accomplished that I have not accomplished on my Nothing channel? Nothing. If they accomplish something, they would brag about it. They would talk about, look what we're doing. And they would put it on their channels and brag about. They have nothing to show you except personal enrichment. I just bought a new house. I just bought a new car. I'm going on vacation in the Bahamas, things of that nature. What have they done for you lately, as Janet Jackson would say? Nothing. And that's acceptable by their thousands of listeners and subscribers. That's acceptable. I don't want you to do that with me. If you give me thousands of dollars, if you give me all your time and your effort and you put in the work, that's not acceptable. What have we accomplished? What is the timetable? Can we get this done? We want it now. I don't care about 2025 and 2030. We want it now. We need a timetable. That's acceptable by them. That's not acceptable here. So I'm speaking with my elder. And for those of you who have listened to my words, you have never heard me call myself a leader. I never say that. I always tell us that we're looking for team members here. We're all leaders. We all have our roles, but I'm not the leader. I'm not a leader. It's teamwork here. I never call myself the Christ or the Messiah or divine and special. You never hear me refer to myself as that. I never say that I'm perfect. I'm a human being. I have feelings. I have emotions. I have faults and I have errors. You never heard me say that I'm a know-it-all. There's many things I do not know and will never know. You never hear me say, I can't learn nothing from you, her, him, or even little babies. I can learn from everybody. You never heard me say, I can't be wrong. I'm perfect. You never hear me say those things. Because if you did, it's an outright lie. That's why I take a team that we help balance each other. Hold up, I got to get rid of something here. Okay. Had to get rid of something. Okay. And you never hear me say those things. Now I do, that's right, twin. I do make the claim that I'm the most powerful voice on YouTube and social media. I make that claim. That's the only thing you ever hear me say. And I can back it up. You bring me somebody that won't cry like a damn baby, put them here and let us debate like you got some damn sense. I'm going to shut you down, and all this stuff that you have, I'm going to break it down, smash it up, flip it, and whatever. What was that BBD used to say? Take it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, I'm tear you to smithereens. You have nothing that can compare with the real truth. Your fantasy and your fiction and your fairy tales and cartoons, you can't do nothing with me. You have no solution better than the Mississippi campaign. You don't have it. You have nothing. I stand on a strong foundation. I know it's strong. And you know it's strong. That's why most of these people, they won't mess with me. And the ones you want me to debate, within a few minutes, they start crying. Oh, you a coon. Oh, you an agent. Nobody want to hear that stuff. Bring your crap. Bring your information. Bring your research. Bring it. You can't do nothing with me. And that's why some of them sit back in the cut and try to flag down my channels to keep me from speaking and talking, what you afraid of? I only have 10 subscribers. I only get 10 views. What's the sense? Why are you going to use the energy to flag down a channel that ain't doing nothing? That's not saying nothing. Because you know, even the little time that I get is powerful. Smash you, crush you. That's why I've been using the Incredible Hulk. I smash you, crush you. You puny banner. Yeah, I am. I'm the most powerful voice on YouTube and social media, and I'll back it up the same way Muhammad Ali used to back his boxing up. I take on all comers. Bring it. Now, that was a month ago. Show your face. Send me a request. And let's debate. Let's have a conversation. Really, there's no debate because you can't do nothing with me. I have you crying within a few minutes. It never fails. I always get these people upset. Within a few minutes, it don't take long. Because you're standing on quicksand. I stand on something strong and powerful, more powerful than your God, your supreme wisdom, your teachings, and whatever that you got. Because I stand on reality. I stand on real truth. I don't stand on fiction and fairy tales and fabricated garbage, religious dogmatism and cartoons. We don't do that here. You can't do nothing with me. So it's best that you just go ahead and leave me alone. Go on about your business. And the only ones who try to challenge me is these regurgitators. Little know-nothing regurgitators. Those who actually get thousands of views, who represent these different disciplines, these different genres or whatever. They don't even attempt to mess with me because they know they don't have nothing coming. I will embarrass Tariq Nasheed. I will embarrass Young Pharaoh, General Seti, Sinetta, Polite, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I will embarrass Nuri, Muhammad, and Wesley. I'll take them all on at one time. I go to these people's channels and their pages. I take on 7, 8, 9, 10 people at one time in the comment section, and I destroy them by myself. And that's a fact. I do it all the time. They can't do nothing with me. So-and-so debated you. I never had a debate with nobody. I had a confrontation. I've never really had a debate with nobody because nobody is not gonna, it's too emotional to stay in composure long enough to have a debate. Bring your scary ass behind an avatar and let's get the popping. If you think that you can do something, I want to see the person that Hulk smash. Damn coward. Got distracted again. Let's try to get back on topic. Look, you got a band troll steady trying to come on my channel that insulted me with a $1 donation to my medical fund, and then the troll flagged my video. And you think somebody want to continue to interact with somebody with behavior like that? No, it's never going to happen again. You've shown exactly what you are. as soon as I see that you appear, you're going to be blocked. Now, Soul Liberation Day. Thank you very much, twin. Now, Soul Liberation Day, I don't care what you write in the chat room. I don't care. I'm not even going to look at the chat room when I'm talking. So you're not going to throw me off. You're not going to distract me, because I will not be looking at the chat room. I'm going to turn my chat on my end off. I'm not going to be even looking at it. So you can write, you can say whatever you want. I won't know nothing about it. I won't see it. Because you need to come to Soul Liberation Day. You need to be liberated from your ignorant mind. And maybe somebody can say something to you where you can break up that childish, immature foolishness that you got going on in your head. And I'm very sure even my administrators, those with the ability to block you, they so excited, they want to enjoy the positivity of the get-together. So I'm not going to expect my administrators to do nothing. Enjoy the video lectures. Enjoy the talk, the camaraderie of Soul Liberation. So don't even worry about the trolls. Let them speak. Let them write whatever they want to. It's not going to bother me. I'm not going to even be looking at the chat room. So who cares? Now, again, I don't claim to be Christ. I don't claim to be some Messiah. I can learn from anybody. And so I'm speaking with my elder for hours. And my elder was speaking and suggests to me that he understands how I feel about somebody like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan or some of these other persons. But I do myself a disservice in reference to their following, because there could be resources among their following that could help us in this endeavor. So what it is, it's like using your gun. It's an old saying, something like using your gun and shoot yourself in the foot type of thing, I believe. I forgot exactly how that old saying goes. Many of you are very smart. You've heard all these old sayings. And for my New Year's resolution, I was thinking about making that my New Year's resolution, that I would stop really speaking about these Christ-like figures like Minister Louis Farrakhan or Taalik or Umar Johnson or whomever, because of their followers. Their followers, many of them are very sincere. They're very kind. They're very loving. It just so happened they are infatuated with these people. And if you say something against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, then they feel as though you are personally attacking them. Talk about Umar Johnson, you personally attacking them. You speak against the Christian church and white Jesus, you personally attacking them. And from among their population, there are those who could help us with the Mississippi campaign. There are those who could help us with anything that we need in what we're striving to do. So I listened to my elder, and this made sense. I need to marinate on what is being said, because I'm not beyond taking advice from others. I'm not a know-it-all. There's something that my elder told me in this private conversation. I would like to talk about it, but I cannot because it was private conversation. And the information would not have been told to me if not for this private conversation. And I would not even know. So I cannot say what that is. However, I've marinated on this advice, and I will allow you to help me in my judgment, in my conclusion on this particular matter. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. All right. I had to let this marinate because my elder is bringing me information that he believes is a benefit and is good for those who, whether they like it or not, are putting themselves in a position of leadership. Whether I like it or not, and I can call myself a team member, I am in a position to be leader, whether I like it or not. So a leader must be wise. A leader must make decisions. Leaders must do things that sometimes the followers, nobody here is a follower. I'm just saying in general. But you must make decisions that sometimes those who are listening to you, they may not understand your decision to do whatever. I do my best to bring understanding to anything that I say or decisions that I make. You need to understand. You need to comprehend. Because your life, if you are following this leader on this path, then you need to know where I'm coming from. You need to know the why. You need to understand. It might take you a little while to comprehend, but you need to do that. So we have my elder, and he's asking me that it is best that we not speak ill of these people who are Christ-like in the eyes of their followers. Least we disconnect ourselves from resources that could benefit us. Had to go get my jelly jar. Ain't no shame in the game. Cool thing about a jelly jar, if I want to wash it and use it again, I can, or I can just throw it in the trash. No big deal. I don't like, I like recycling things. I just did not come up that way. When I was growing up, and even when you watch Good Times, they didn't throw away jelly jars. They used the jelly jars as glasses, you know, things of that nature. We like to throw things away. We like to build up trash. We don't like to recycle nothing. We don't see use in something more than once. It's so much garbage in the United States that we make. And sooner or later, all this is going to catch up with not only America, but all around the world. They are filling the oceans with trash. All these landfills with trash and garbage. It's going to get to the point where you're going to put all this stuff. Where you going to put it? And then when you accumulate all this garbage and trash, it's got to break down. And so as it decomposes, as it breaks down, a lot of it is toxic. And it begins to seep into the water table. And your waste treatment plants, and I don't care, you can drink all the bottled water that you want. It's all the same. Wherever you're getting your water from, these chemicals leak into the ground, leak into the fresh water, and we throw away our old medicine, flush it down the toilet, and all this stuff affects your soil. All this stuff affects your drinking water, and it also affects your air. And sooner or later, it's going to catch up with us. But see, many of us don't care because, well, I'm all right now. What about your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren? As time has gone on, we're more filled with disease than ever before. We didn't have all these kind of cancers and different sicknesses back in the day, especially in the soul community. We didn't. Now we're all filled up with all kinds of diseases and cancers and whatever, and you think changing your diet, I'm going to eat a bunch of fruits and vegetables, you think that's going to save your life. The fruits and vegetables are created from the ground and need the water that is foul, that is toxic, that is poison. You're not going to escape it. It makes you feel good that you're a vegan. It makes you feel good that you're on these different diets, but it don't make no difference because you're going to have to eat sooner or later. And I don't care how pretty or how healthy you think that lettuce is, or that orange or that apple or whatever. It's not what you think it is. It has absorbed, like the fish in the sea, absorb mercury and all these other different toxins in the sea. And these crustaceans like shrimps and lobsters, they are known for keeping those toxins in their bodies because they scavenge off the bottom of the sea. That's another subject also, but I'm just saying there's a reason why, for me personally, I like to recycle. I just can't just throw things away like that. My family, when I was growing up, when my family threw away the trash, believe me, there was nothing to recycle. They used everything they could. When we threw something in the trash, it was worthy of the trash. My grandmother would make quilts and rugs out of old clothes. Did not throw old clothes away. You try to find use for anything that you have around. You try to find use for it. You just don't throw things away. But we're arrogant and we're rich and that's what we do. And it's going to catch up with us. You don't see that in nature. Nature only takes what nature needs, and nothing goes to waste. Nothing. There is no trash dumps in nature. Have you ever went out on a nature trip and you seen a trash dump from a bear or a gorilla or elephants or deer? They don't have that. Nothing is wasted in nature. This is going to catch up with us. That's why it's even more important that we have something like the Mississippi Campaign to deal with issues like this. Because you have to think long term. You have to think about what is in the best interest of your future generations, not only yourself now. You don't want them drinking bad water and having to breathe bad air and etc. Did you know after a certain period of time living in a toxic environment, it can mess around and change the human DNA? Next thing you know, y'all talk about, I see out of my third eye. No, that's because you do have a real third eye. Because this environment of poison changed your DNA. You don't have to worry about race because all of us will mutate and look the same. Third eyes, 10 fingers on one hand, all kinds of stuff can happen to us. Absolutely. We have to respect Mother Nature, which is part of the Mississippi Campaign. Absolutely. We cannot continue to do things the way they do. It makes no sense for us to take control of a geographical area just to continue to do the same things that we was doing. We have to change. We have to do things differently. We cannot have the same mindset as those we're trying to separate ourselves from, because you see the results of that. You want to continue that? I don't want to do that. Let's get back on our topic here. So, is it feasible, my brother, my elder? Is it feasible for me to ignore these persons because I don't want to upset their followers, because I need something from them? Let's talk about that real quick, and we're going to call it an afternoon. We have about 3 basic types of people. The best person is the truth seeker, like you who come here. We are truth seekers. We want the truth, whether it's bad or good. And we understand what we think was true yesterday may not be true today. And we are not loyal to nobody. I'm not loyal to nobody. I'm not even loyal to myself, because I understand that I can be wrong, that I can be in error. I understand that. And it makes me no difference, because I'm a truth seeker. I want to stand on the truth, not what makes me feel good. I want to stand on reality. I want to stand on the facts. That's part of the criteria of truth. There is no room for belief in truth. When you stand on truth, you are standing on pure knowledge. So there's no need for belief. That's why when we stand here on this platform, we stand strong, because nothing is founded on belief. Everything is founded upon logic, reason, common sense, facts, real truth. Truth hurts. And we are only loyal and only seek the truth. We're not loyal to no teachings. We're not loyal to some type of ideology. We want to know the facts, the reality of things. So here we are, truth seekers. Nobody is loyal to Angel Snuffing Up 7. Nobody is loyal to what this ministry represents. We're not loyal, because I could be wrong. I could be in error. What I thought was true might not be true. But that's what this ministry represents. Truth seeking. Standing on the facts. Absolutely. This isn't Star Trek, Twin Pyramids. Absolutely. We stand on truth, reality. That's what we do here. We're not loyal to nothing else. If I bring to us something that is questionable, I expect you to challenge that if it does not fit the criteria of logic, common sense, reason, facts, as close as we can get it. Then you don't stand with me on that stuff. When I make references to the Bible and the Quran, there's a line I cannot cross. And many of you warn me, hey man, you warn me real quick. You starting to cross the line. I understand where you're coming from. Next thing you know, we're gonna be religious around here. We don't do that here. Next thing you know, we spiritual around here. We don't do that here. And those, because if you wanted to be spiritual, if you wanted to be religious, you would not be here. You understand that that's fantasy and fiction, cartoons and fairy tales. We are adults. We don't do Bugs Bunny no more. You want Bugs Bunny? Then you go to the tribe of Shabazz. And you go to the reptilians. Hey, what's up there, legend? Absolutely. We have our own minds here. Absolutely. I would not want it no other kind of way. We have our own minds here. I don't expect you to agree with me 1,000%. But chances are we agree with one another because we're basing our conclusions on reality, reason, common sense, facts, knowledge. We're not basing our conclusions on what I believe, my opinion. My opinion don't mean nothing. What I believe don't mean nothing. whatever it is, can it pass the criteria of common sense, reason, and logic, and so forth? Is it real truth? That's all we're interested in. We are adults. No more cartoons. No more fantasy fiction, flying out your body, running around in space out your body. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that. Legends, I never talked with the dead. Any of y'all, what about you? I've never had a conversation with no dead folks. I've been waiting. I just lost my mother earlier this year, and I'm waiting for her to show up and give me some kind of message. There are those who claim that they can astral project out their body and fly around in the universe. Fly your ass here, visit me. And I will acknowledge the truth. I'm like, hey, so-and-so flew to my house and we talked. I saw their image or whatever. I'd say, if it happened, I'll tell them. If my mother can communicate with me from the dead, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, hey, I don't know how it happened. For some reason, I don't know what my mother. See, it's all in your mind. I don't believe in that crap. It's never going to happen. Now, if I really believed in that, my mother would probably come visit me because my brain will make it for me so I can see her, so she can come visit me. But since I don't believe in that kind of stuff, it's never going to happen. It's never. Because it's a belief. And when you force your brain and when you think like that, who knows what your brain will conjure up for you to see? Yeah, it's real, but it's a hallucination. It's a delusion. It's not real. I know that's right. Yeah, absolutely, twin. Yes. See, that's all it was, a memory. And your brain will give you an image that you can see. And it is real, but it's a hallucination. It's not real. Legend said, if I could fly, I would not drive and pay gas. Dang Skippy. Me too. But I bet these people, they have cars, they pay for gas and insurance, just like anybody. They don't, but they can astral project and fly to different realms. Now, here we are. Almost everybody have cell phones that can take real good video pictures. And they keep talking about these UFOs and they can fly and go to different. Take your cell phone, take a picture of this UFO, take a picture of you and your friends in these realms and these different dimensions. Let's see this stuff on film. Let's see your flat earth. You have these people talk about the earth is flat. Let's see real pictures. The only thing they always do, they draw some pictures, some hand-drawn pictures, and then they talk, this is what, no, that's your imagination. That's some stuff that you come up with. You don't need to do that. This is 2020. Take your cell phone. Let's see some real pictures. They don't never show nothing. Because it's not real. It's just not real. That's not my fault. It's just not real. So you have the truth seeker. That's what we are. We're truth seekers here. And then you have blind followers. They believe and whatever it is makes them feel good. They're comfortable, and they're just believers. They're blind followers. They really don't know. And when you believe, you don't have to know. Either you believe or you don't. That's all that's required. I like what Farrakhan had to say. I like what Umar Johnson had to say. I like what young Pharaoh or whoever, I like what they had to say, and I just believe in them. Belief does not require facts. I just like they're blind followers. And then they regurgitate what these people say. They read a little bit. Some of them read and they study or whatever. But they cannot go outside of what these people say. They are in a box and limited to what those of whom they gave their blind loyalty to. That's it. Blind followers. They just embrace something because it sounds good. I think it's true. They have not really examined what has been presented to them. They have not thoroughly investigated. And they run with it. That's what they do. I'm asked, am I getting wings? Nah, I could do without that. I don't even want to do that. I'm not interested in coming out my body and flying into the universe and going to dimensions and realms. What's the sense? And you're going to end up right back here dealing with this crap. So what's the sense? You take a little vacation. You just take a little vacation from reality. It's nothing but escapism. That's all it is. I'm escaping from reality. Some people smoke weed. Some people get drunk. Some people use religion. Some people overeat. Some people watch a lot of pornography. These people put on their wings or whatever. They want to fly around the universe. Forms of escapism can't deal with reality. That's not real. And there's nothing that you can say, nothing that you can bring that can show us that is real. Nothing. So you have blind followers. And the worst of them all, is these religious fanatics, these zealots. Not only religious fanatics and these zealots, they don't have to be religious, but you have these people who are fanatics and zealots. It makes no difference what their ideology is, whether it's religious or non-religious. Whatever it is that they fill themselves up with, they become fanatical. So you have believers, but you have those who become fanatics over these people. Minister Farrakhan can do no wrong. Umar Johnson can do no wrong. Elijah Muhammad can do no wrong. Marcus Garvey can do no wrong. They become fanatical over these people, even to the point they will murder over these people. They will kill you. They will hurt you over these people. Fanatics, zealots. So my question to my brother, my elder, is this. Do I really want to be friends with people like this? Anyway, why would I want? I don't care what they have. I don't care what their resources are. Do I really want to be friends and associate with people with this type of mindset, this type of mentality? People who are fanatics and zealots and people who don't care nothing about the truth. They just blind followers. Sheep. What kind of resources, what can they bring to me in the long term? These people will stab you in the back because their loyalty is to whatever it is that they are blind to, following blindly, or that which they have become fanatical over. They have no loyalty to truth. They have no loyalty to the struggle of true liberation. They have no loyalty to that. So what in the long term, how is it beneficial to surround yourself and to be associated with somebody should you say the wrong thing, make the wrong move? These people will stab you in the back. They will kill you. They will sell you out. They will do that. There's no doubt. Also, this is the number one problem. Hiding the truth. Is it right for me to be quiet about what I know because I don't want to offend? I don't want to hurt the feelings of blind followers and zealots. Is it fair to the people that you claim that you're trying to help to not let them know the reality and the truth of certain persons? Is it fair to them? When you withhold the truth and hide the truth, do you know there are people sitting on death row right now? There are people who have spent 20, 30, 40 years and more in prison, in jail, because somebody hid the truth and did not let us know about certain information. Because if they knew, if the jury or if the judge actually knew certain information, maybe that person would not be in prison or sitting on death row. I think it's wrong for us to know certain things and do not tell, because people have a right to know. I don't care nothing about hurting the feelings of blind followers and religious zealots. My relatives, when I was a young boy, they knew about the assassination of Malcolm X. I was a little boy raised in rural Mississippi. I didn't have access to a lot of information. I didn't even know who Malcolm X was until the 1980s. Had I known what happened to Malcolm X, I would have never joined Louis Farrakhan in the 1980s. I never would have done that. Because upon my investigation, my conclusion, and even though I love Elijah Muhammad with all my heart, my conclusion is that the Nation of Islam treated Malcolm X wrong. They denied him justice, and they eventually murdered him. That's my conclusion. I never would have joined the Nation of Islam. I would never wanted to join an organization like that did that man, that put in 12 years of hard work. If it wasn't for Malcolm X, nobody would even know who your ass was. And then you turned on him like that. I don't get down like that. If somebody come help me for 12 years and then they decide to leave for whatever reason, whatever, I'm going to always appreciate the 12 years that they gave me and helped me do what I wanted to do. But see, when you're dealing with blind followers and fanaticism and these zealots, all that goes out the window, because the leaders, these leaders can do no wrong. So that's fine. That's fine for the blind followers. That's fine for the religious fanatics. But there are those who don't know. And they have a right to hear this information. So you decide, because you think you can get something from these zombies. I'm not going to talk about Farrakhan. I don't want to upset them because they might give me 50 cents. I'm not going to talk about Umar Johnson because his follower might put some gas in my car. I don't want nothing from people like that. They don't mean nothing to me. A bunch of zombies. A bunch of fanatics. People like that cannot be trusted. They'll sell you down the river. Sell you down the river. This vaccine that they are giving people. Now, there are those who really know what's going on. They're going to stay quiet. They're scared because of their job or whatever. They're not going to open up their mouth. And then 10 years later, we start having all these problems. But they knew about it in 2020, but nobody would say. Is that right? Is that a good thing to hide the truth? Because you don't want to upset somebody, because the people need hope in this vaccine. They need something. They need something to give them hope in dealing with this coronavirus. Why don't you just keep your ass at home? Why don't you stop spreading it? In America, these some arrogant ass people in America. My rights. Wearing a mask is stepping on my rights. How does that hurt you? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan put out into the atmosphere, and he asked us, do not support boycott Christmas. I have no problem with that. I can do that. How do that hurt me? Or maybe I won't do it just because Minister Farrakhan said so. That don't hurt me. I can boycott Christmas. I don't care if Farrakhan said or Umar said or what. How does that hurt me? It does not hurt me at all. But many people won't do it because I don't like Farrakhan. How do it hurt you? It's a little inconvenient. How do it hurt you to put on a damn mask? It's not about you. It's to bring other people comfort. I don't give a damn if the mask worked or not. How does it hurt you? Actually, to a certain point, it does help. I really enjoy going to places and people wearing masks. They get to coughing and whooping and they wearing a damn mask. Actually, I like it myself. I remember before this virus, I could be in stores and people be standing behind you, whatever. They get to hacking and coughing and all that type of stuff. Now everybody wearing masks. Now you can keep that crap to yourself. Sneezing and snotting, whatever you want to do, you keep that stuff to yourself. People die. People die because they don't hear the truth. Don't you know? I wasted I don't know how much time because I did not know with all this religious garbage. I made decisions based upon these fairy tales and these lies I was told since I was a child. I deserve somebody telling me, hey, that's not the way to go. You telling me that it's all right to hide the truth. When you hide the truth, when you keep something like that to yourself, you do a disservice to the people that you claim you want to help because they need to know. They have a right to know. A man has the right to know, lady, that you are transgender. It's not right for you to marry this man knowing that you was a man and you had a sex change. That's not right. That's not fair. That's deceit. That's not right. So your marriage is based upon a lie, a sham, deceit. What kind of marriage is that? Then later on, he found out that you used to be a man. And then he takes a gun and blows your brains out. Oh, he was in the wrong. No, you was in the wrong because you caused it by lying, keeping the truth from him. You in the wrong. Shouldn't have done that. No man wants to know he laid down with another man. Shouldn't have had to go through all that. There's a consequence. People die and be murdered because somebody lied on it. They kept the truth from being told. End up murdered. So blood is on your hands when you don't tell the truth. Blood is on your hands when you keep that information to yourself because you don't want to hurt certain people. I don't give a damn about these people's feelings. I really don't. The people deserve to be told the truth so that they can come and make their own decision on what they've been presented. That's why so many people are in jails and prisons. The jury, the judge, did not hear certain information. It was hidden from them. So I understand where you're coming from and why you think that's a good thing, but it's not. That's what we accuse. That's what we accuse white people of. We accuse white people of keeping the truth from us. Taalik Nasheed have a whole series of videos called Hidden Colors. Certain truths, certain information kept from us. That's what you accuse the devil. That's what we accuse the white man of. And then you don't want to turn around and you do the same thing. So don't that make you a devil also? Don't that make you a deceiver also? Because you know the truth and won't tell it. my conscience bothers me. I don't care about the blind followers. I don't care nothing about these religious zealots. There are people who need to know before they get caught up in the garbage. This stuff stole years of my life, caused me to make bad decisions because I'm living in fairy tale land. And these false hopes and these dreams have yet to come to fruition to this day because it was all a lie to begin with. And people need to understand that that's what they are being sold. It's not real. It's lies. It's religious dogmatism, mythology, fairy tales, cartoons. It's not real. I'm waiting on Jesus. Nobody in their right mind is going to wait 2,000 years for Jesus. The average lifespan is only 69, 70 something, and you're going to wait on Jesus for 2,000 years. That don't even make any sense. You waiting on the mother plane. It's been over 90 years, Nation of Islam. They waiting on the mother plane. Haven't shown up yet. They get excited over UFO sightings. A UFO sighting is not the mother plane. They don't know what it is. It's a unidentified flying object. It's not identified. They don't know what the hell it is. There's no evidence it's your mother plane. All these lies and fantasy, yeah. Schemes. So I understand where my elder is coming from, but I also understand the consequences when we keep certain truths to ourselves. The things that my elder told me, I cannot repeat because it was told to me in private. But it really needs to be told. Not to save the blind followers, not to save the fanatics, but all those who could be victims of these fairy tales and lies and schemes. So really, when you withhold information like that, you really become a partner in deceit because you know. There's another brother that I know in reference to Minister Farrakhan. He has all these audio tapes and different things, but he won't release. And see, another thing is all this stuff really is public information. It's just so happened I wasn't there, but a lot of people actually know. They actually saw this was public information. And you won't say, you won't tell. Because you don't want to hurt the feelings of some blind followers and some religious zealots. I don't want to be their friend. That type of behavior, that type of personality, those people will end up hurting you. They're not your friend. They have nothing. I don't want nothing they have. Because they are clearly, they don't want the truth. Clearly, they don't want real liberation. Clearly, they don't want what we truly need. The only thing on their mind is satisfying and quenching the thirst of those of whom they follow and become fanatical over. That's all they care about. And simmering in these lies, these cartoons, these fairy tales. I don't want to get on no spaceship either. I want to get on the soul train. Now, I could be in error. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. That's how I feel. But I don't know how I could be in error. I don't know how I could be wrong when I'm telling you that it's wrong for us to hide truth, certain information from the masses, something they really need to know so they can make a better decision. Now, if that's what they want to do, so be it. But they also have the right. There are a lot of people like myself who are truth seekers. They need to know. There are people who are just natural slaves, zombies. But then there are those who are seeking the truth. They're not interested in your personality and your charisma. They need to know because they are sincere. They get caught up in this madness on these roads to nowhere. Where have these people taken them? Nowhere. Nowhere. Out of all these years, nowhere. Feel good rhetoric. That's all. That's the best you can get. Feel good rhetoric. That's it. Make you feel comfortable. That's all. You might get a few trinkets, but that's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get nothing. I want to say this in my conclusion. There's a channel on YouTube called Xavier's Helper. Xavier's Helper. And that channel is dedicated to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And Xavier's Helper should have blocked me a long time ago. I don't know what Xavier's Helper is waiting on. Should block me a long time ago. But I told Xavier's Helper that 2 years ago, I sent Minister Farrakhan information about the Mississippi campaign. Certified letter. Return receipt. Somebody have to sign for it. I also told Xavier's letter, I sent a donation. Now it's funny. The check got cashed, but there was no reply about the Mississippi campaign. Nothing. So being a blind follower, a religious fanatic, Minister Farrakhan can't do no wrong. How you know the minister didn't get your letter? They signed for it. Why wouldn't they give the minister the letter? Why wouldn't they do that? Even so, the least you can do, if you're not interested, well, we've gotten your package. And at this time, the Nation of Islam, we're not, we can't, we're not interested in this idea, this Mississippi campaign. That's the least you can do. So he gave me all these excuses of why there was no reply to my letter. Now, he never tried to make an excuse. I said, well, how come the check got cashed? He didn't talk about that at all. Didn't talk about that at all. why the check got cashed, but there was no reply. How come the check went into Minister Farrakhan's bank account, but there was no reply from the certified letter? He went silent on that issue. Then I told him, okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to put the ball in your court. I would like for you to interview me on your channel. And let's talk about the Mississippi campaign. Or you could just post one of the Mississippi campaign. You can just post the videos from the Mississippi campaign on your channel, and then let the people talk about it. And guess what? No reply. All that big mouth that he had, all that stuff that he was spewing, he did the same thing. No reply. He didn't say, well, I can't do that or whatever. He just goes silent, just like they did. These people are fake. There's nothing from them that I want. They need to be exposed for the liars and the deceivers and how bogus they are. They are not interested in your unity. They're not interested. They have a personal agenda. They're nothing but slave owners trying to get you on their plantation. That's the reality of it. I don't want nothing from them. They're not the type of people you should want something from. Because like I told you, in the long term, they are fake. They'll smile in your face and stab you in the back. Of course, Minister Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam, don't want nothing to do with the Mississippi campaign because it did not come from their womb. It did not come from their platform. And also, they won't be able to control it. They want to be able to control. They want to be able to say, Allah bless them. It came from them. That's what it's all about. So why should I care about hurting their feelings? Their feelings need to be hurt because they're liars and deceivers, and the people need to know the reality and the truth about these folks. They're not real. Again, I could be in error. I could be wrong. I truly feel as though I'm not, because I know had I had somebody like me to listen to, I would not have joined Farrakhan. I would have made better decisions in my life, not based on all this religious garbage. It's not fair to me. I should have been able to know. But you have people that know and hide the information. Yes, yes, sir. As many of you know, I was incarcerated in a mental institution for 10 years. There was a brother who claimed he was part of the Moorish Science Temple that was locked up with me. He had the information that I needed in order to get myself out of there. I could have got myself out a long, long time ago. Had I known the information, but he kept it to himself. He kept it hidden. And then when I learned all the information on my own, here he come talk about, I can help you out a little bit. I know that. You knew this all the time. See what happened? Instead of spending 10 years in that dump, I probably could have got out in 3 or 5 because he had the information that I needed to get out. So instead of spending 3 or 5, I ended up spending 10 because I had to learn on my own. And here's a person that had the information that talk all that black man, blackity black, pro-black garbage. He had the information all the time. Also, I want you to understand this. Misery loves company. They want you to be miserable and want you to be just like them, going nowhere. They don't want to see you free. He wanted me to stay in the crazy house and keep him company. They don't want to see you liberated. They want you on the plantation with them. See, it's the same stuff. They don't want you to support the Mississippi campaign. They want you to stay on the plantation with Massa, with them, and their white image of a God. No different from pink Jesus on the wall. Same stuff. They want you to stay a slave. And we don't do that here. We want liberation. We want it now. Now. You can't give it to us now. Get out my face. You don't know what you're doing. We want it now. Were the bodyguards really trained assassins? Minister Farrakhan's bodyguards, who you talking about? I don't understand the question. Can you clarify? Now, from my experience, I don't know if they were trained assassins. All I really could tell you is all that is nothing but hype. The fruit of Islam, all their uniforms, all that, all that, yeah, ain't nothing but a show. Some of those brothers can't even do 3 push-ups. It's all a show. It's not real. So, and the government know it's not real. The FOI can't even crush a grape. They ain't about nothing. Now they will hurt another black person, another soul brother and sister. That they would do if you let them. If you show them you come my way and you'll blow their brains out, they won't mess with you because they cowards. Oh, Elijah Muhammad's? I doubt it's all the same stuff. The only thing those brothers know how to do is look mean. They're not going to burst a grape. They're not going to burst a grape. It's all hype. It's all hype. What you going to do and don't have a gun in your pocket? What you going to do don't have a knife in your pocket? And people come in, the SWAT team come in. Talk about God going to do this. No, God ain't going to do a damn thing against AK-47s and gas canisters and all this other stuff that these folks be having. If they really want to come down on you, you don't have nothing. The reason why they didn't hurt you because they didn't want to hurt you. It's all a show. Just like Elijah Muhammad used to say. Just like Elijah Muhammad used to say. It's a Barnum and Bailey world. And you don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake. It's Barnum and Bailey. Nation of Islam is Barnum and Bailey. Now you do have brothers and sisters that can throw down if they wanted to, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They are trained to be docile when it comes to the real enemy. They're not going to do anything. So all that huffing and puffing and all that stuff that don't mean nothing. They're not going to bust the grape. Have they busted a grape? Have you ever seen them attack a police precinct? Have you ever seen them go straight up with the Ku Klux Klan or anybody? No. You're not going to see that. Malcolm wanted to get down. And Elijah Muhammad kept him docile. Because Elijah Muhammad didn't want to mess up his money. And Farrakhan don't want to mess up his money either. Because if you start going in that direction, they know that the government and all that is over. And Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad, all these people enjoy all the money that these blind followers and these religious zealots give them. They don't want to mess up that group. Yeah. So they're not gonna do nothing. There's nothing revolutionary about them. Because when you talk about liberation and revolution, it's time to get in the dirt. You're not going to be living in no mansions. You're not going to be wearing $1,000 suits. You are out there in the dirt. You got police chasing you. You got a whole lot going on. You starving. You dirty. You hungry. That's revolution. They don't represent liberation or revolution. They represent the usual religious dogmatism, fairy tales, feel-good stories, etc., etc. It's not real. Cartoons. Jesus is coming. The mother planet. Something is coming. You don't have to do nothing to sit on your ass and pray. That's all you have to do. And that's not revolutionary or liberating to nobody. And speaking of liberating, I would hope that you would join us December the 28th, 2020. I think I have a real nice panel being lined up for that day, Soul Liberation Day 2021. I want to thank you for joining me on this broadcast. And again, I could be wrong. I could be in error. Jot down your comments. Talk about it. I'll listen to you. I don't think that I'm wrong on this here. I really don't. But I think about it. I will sincerely give your opinion an examination and really think about it. Because I could be wrong. I could be in error. Who knows? I thank you for your donations to my medical fundraiser. We appreciate your support of Sister Noble's book, God is on Trial. Let me find what Twin put all that. Put that up there so I can go out with that. Yeah, there we go. And if you have not done it yet, please subscribe to Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign YouTube channel. Easy to find. It's the only one. So Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign YouTube channel. And support our sister Noble Levine, Alberta Parish. Her book is God is on Trial. It's $3.99 on Amazon Kindle. So appreciate that. With that said, I thank us so much for being here, listening to these few words. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow, I am scheduled to speak with a sister on her channel, Sister Omega Courtney. have an interview and speak with her in reference to the Mississippi campaign. You can find her channel. It's Omega. Let me put that in the chat room real quick. Put that in the chat room. Name. You can easily look her channel up. Her channel is Omega Courtney, and she's just like Sister Nova, she's a author and a writer, and I want to support her in her endeavors, and we support one another in what we're striving to do. I spoke to the sister, very good heart, very sincere, very wise lady. I enjoyed my interaction with her, and I'll be able to talk with her in person tomorrow. I think at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That's 9 o'clock Central. If you want to tune in and check that out, Omega Courtney, that's her channel. We'll be talking about Mississippi campaign and perhaps some other topics. And I've also invited her to Soul Liberation Day 2021. I think that's all that I have to bring to us. Again, thank you, Brother Twin and Soul Brother 85, and those who are listening. I want to apologize to my Facebook audience, but we had technical difficulties and the broadcast got cut off in midstream, but that's all right. When it's possible, I will put this broadcast on the Reality's Temple on Earth Facebook. And for those of you who want to keep up with me, because there's things that I say and I might do on my Facebook. My Facebook is Taalik Ibn'rad. You can become my Facebook friend. Also, the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry on Facebook. Also, I have another channel on Facebook that's called Black Power Information Center. That's my page also. And you can keep up with me on Facebook. So on that note, thank you again for your support and your love. I certainly much appreciate it. And you might have noticed I'm feeling much stronger, but I hope that it lasts for a good period of time. But don't worry about me. I enjoy the time that we have together. Again, thank you so much. If everything goes right, I will be speaking with our sister Omega Courtney tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern time on her channel. And you can join. Her channel is easy to find, Omega Courtney. And I have a few other topics that I want to talk about probably this weekend or whatever. You might see on this channel, it's been scheduled. I always have to change things because there are things out of your control that happen. So, hey. Again, thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, like, all that kind of good stuff. Share. And until next time, I'm Angel Snub 7. And as important as our soul brother Don Cornelius used to always say, I wish us love, peace, and soul. And we are Audi 5000.